Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Presley Mania. My name is Rhonda, and I'm so happy that you have tuned in to listen to my show. Today I would like to continue down the path that we started last week, where we were talking about the lawsuit that Priscilla Presley Partners LLC has brought against Priscilla Presley. Priscilla Presley Partners, just to recap, is a company that was founded by Priscilla and Bridget Cruz. Bridget Cruz owns 51%, so she is the majority owner, and Priscilla owns 49% of this company. So I wanted to go over today. Last week we talked in general about the suit, and I wanted to go in a little more detail so we could see exactly what she's being sued for and what Priscilla's response is to the allegations that have been made against her. First of all, Priscilla is being sued by PPP for three different counts. Count one is for a breach of contract to her NIL agreement, which is name, image, and likeness. And basically, I'm just going to summarize instead of reading all this to you because that gets really boring. Basically, what the suit is saying that she let me read this part. As set forth herein, Priscilla has breached the NIL agreement on numerous occasions, including without limitation by she excluded PPP from the Venice Film Festival. Okay, y'all remember that's when all those pictures were taken at the premiere of the movie Priscilla. Well, they're saying that they were excluded from that. They were excluded from the Christmas special, and they were excluded from Priscilla's website, from the website. Apparently, when all of this happened and the cease and desist order was brought down by Priscilla's attorney, Michael Frock, well, they also changed the website, so none of the bookings and whatever could go through to Priscilla Presley Partners. So all of that got changed. So they're saying that she breached the contract on the name, image, and likeness account. Okay, also, count two, breach of contract on the operating agreement. It's basically the same thing, the way I understand it, from what I've read. You've got to remember what I said earlier. Bridget is a 51% owner in this company, and Priscilla is 49%. And they're saying that she breached the operating agreement on numerous occasions, again, and stated the same thing. The Venice Film Festival, Christmas at Graceland, and by making it to where they could not get into the website for bookings and that type of thing. I'm going to be honest, on the Christmas special at Graceland, I don't think that there is going to be a lot there that they're going to be able to recover, because as far as I can tell, aside from the pictures of Priscilla with Elvis and Lisa Marie, and they were flashed and the different little images and stuff, Priscilla wasn't a part of that. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. I don't think they're going to be able to get her for that one, honestly. It's just my opinion for what it's worth. Count three is breach of fiduciary duty. I hope I said that right. That word is hard for me. And it basically is the same thing. It's that Priscilla confirmed her duty of loyalty to PPP in the duty to disclose, and that she breached it and engaged in self-dealing on numerous occasions, including without limitation by the same things we stated previously, those Venice Film Festival, yada, yada, yada. So, and they also believe, they say upon information and belief that Priscilla continues to receive, review, accept, and or decline offers to exploit her name, image, and likeness to the exclusion of PPP in self-dealing transactions that violate her duties. So here's the thing. They have got exhibits attached to all these court documents. They've got their articles of incorporation. They have got their operating agreement. They have the signed documents where Priscilla signed these, forming the company. There's a lot to look at here. And like I said, you can pull these up online. Go to the Orange County, Florida, got it right that time, website. Look it up. All you have to do is type in Priscilla Presley Partners and boom, there it is. You've got it all to see. I've had several make comments on the channel that asking what this information is and why am I spewing hate on Priscilla. I'm not. This is a legal document. I didn't make any of this stuff up, y'all. This is real. This is complete fact. And again, take the time, if you doubt what I'm saying, to go look it up for yourself so you know that I'm not just spreading gossip. I'm not trying to make things harder for her or for the family or any of those things. I even had it thrown in my face that, it was, look what happened to Lisa and look what happened to Ben. Like it was people like us who spread the news and talk about what's going on in current events, like it was our fault that things happened to them. And I'm sorry, I do take offense to that. I am not spreading gossip. That is not what I'm here for. I'm here to just tell you what's going on and to relay the factual information. So I hope everyone will keep that in mind. And if you are going to comment on and you don't agree with any of this information, that's fine. But please just keep it civil and nice. There's no need to call people stupid and idiots and that kind of thing. It's just uncalled for, and I feel like we should all be adults and be able to have a good civil conversation. Okay, so we're gonna move on down the road, and we're gonna talk about Priscilla's response. And this is her responding to the allegations, and okay, I'm just going to read them to you, and then we'll talk about them. Good? That good with y'all? Okay. I, Priscilla Presley, declare as follows. I am more than 18 years of age and am competent to make this declaration. I have personal knowledge of the facts herein, and if called as a witness, could completely testify thereto. I am a citizen of California, and I maintain my permanent residence and usual place of abode in California. Over the past couple of years, Miss Cruz has made a persistent effort to convince me to move to Florida, representing that there would be favorable tax benefits to being a Florida resident. To be clear, I did not initiate this. I never had any intention of moving to Florida and do not recall ever communicating to Miss Cruz that I wanted and or intended to move to Florida. Okay, we're going to stop with that one and we'll start again on the rest of them here in just a minute, but I want to go through that a little bit. Okay, so my question would be, if Priscilla wasn't planning on moving to Florida, I mean, we know that Bridget has stated that she was 60 days away from being insolvent, from having absolutely no money. Upon further examination of these documents, it states that I guess she must have paid cash, I'm guessing, for her condo that she's living in now, but she has like a, I don't know, $2,000 and something a month payment to use the amenities at the condo, the pool, the workout room, all of that stuff, parking, whatever. So she has, it's not like it's free and clear to her. She has dues that she has to pay monthly. So that was a drain on her account. Plus, California has state tax, and there's all kinds of issues about living there. It's an expensive place to live, in all honesty. So I'm asking this. If you had no intention of moving to Florida, why were you looking at property? Why did you? And then not only was she looking at property, she leased a house. And she even told the realtor that it reminded her of Graceland. It's in these documents. I'm not making that up, I promise. And she wanted a place that had a large enough lot so that she could build an outbuilding, okay? And she wanted that outbuilding so that it could function as a studio, so it could be used to exploit her name, image, and likeness, which is exactly what that company was set up for, right? Yeah, it was. So none of that makes a lick of sense to me at all. Additionally, on the trip where she signed the documents for the corporations, and it wasn't just one, but the corporations, and to look for a place to live, this was in January of 2023, she had Bridget set up a meeting to meet former President Donald Trump. Okay, well, Cruz set it up because Priscilla told her that she was a big fan of Donald Trump. So she set up the meeting. Okay, that aside, it's neither here nor there. But what's important is that after that meeting, they began working with President Trump's personal assistant, Eliza Thurston. Okay? And they began working with her to engage a different realtor to help her look for a residence in the Palm Beach area of Florida. So her saying that she had no intention to move there doesn't sound right to me based upon what she did. It goes on to say, after the documents say that after they formed PPP, 1 month after she leased a residence, she asked Bridget Cruz to move a substantial amount of her things, her furnishings, her personal items into the house that she leased. Why would you do that if you had no intention of living there? This makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay, well, Bridget agreed because, number one, with the allegation, and I'm going to say it like that, the allegation that she was about to not have any money, this would save her money in storage fees. So Bridget moves stuff into the house, okay? That was the beginning of the moving process. There, in these documents, there is a signed copy of the lease agreement. It has Priscilla's signature on it. The lease is for a period of 5 years, beginning on January 1st, 2023, at $2,000 a month. She even told the realtor that she was interested in moving to Florida because, as stated in these documents, there was no state tax. So that would be a savings because there is in California. So that's my rebuttal on that. And that is solely based, I pulled all of it from these documents. Okay. Next, Priscilla says that I did not instigate or have any part in the origination of Ms. Cruz's plan to set up companies to purportedly exploit my name, image, and likeness. I did not participate in the drafting of any documents pertaining to the same, nor did any of my representatives. While Ms. Cruz claims that I selected a Florida-based counsel to form these companies, this is misleading at best. It was Ms. Cruz who introduced me to Ms. Wright, who was the attorney, who I later learned was familiar with Ms. Cruz before I met her. I did not, and in quotations, say work with Ms. Cruz or Ms. Wright in the second half of 2022 to form PPP or any other company. I did not work with Ms. Cruz, in quotes, on a daily basis to exploit my name, image, and likeness. To the contrary, to this day, I am still in the dark about what Ms. Cruz did, what money she collected from third parties, what personal expenses she charged to the company she set up, and or what money she paid herself from the accounts of these companies. Okay. Well, if you don't know what all of this was for, she signed an agreement. And she has copies, obviously, I would think that she would have copies of the operating agreement and what this was all about. She met with the attorney. The attorney talked to her about the formation of the company and why they were doing it. They even videotaped it. So she's saying that she didn't start any of this. She didn't instigate any of this. She has no knowledge of any of this. Okay, let's move on. Ms. Cruz requested that I come to Florida in January of 2023. Prior to that visit, Ms. Cruz volunteered that she would be able to set up a dinner in Palm Beach for myself and Donald Trump. To be clear, I did not instigate this, did not ask Ms. Cruz to set it up, and did not make a trip to Florida for this purpose. Nothing about this trip to Florida in January 2023 was my idea. Okay. Further, I have no recollection of who Eliza Thurston is and did not request or engage with anyone to find me a realtor in Palm Beach to look for potential homes. But yet, according to Bridget, she had personal conversations with Eliza Thurston. I guess we'll find all of this out when it comes to court. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Okay. Let's see, where did I leave off? Oh, I did not engage any Florida realtor, including Kevin Sullivan, to look for potential homes for me in Florida. Okay. Again, as part of her push to get me to move to Florida, Miss Cruz had a realtor take me and Miss Cruz to look at a home during the January 2023 trip. Oh my gosh, that is a tongue twister for me. Miss Cruz described this to me as a way to show me what kinds of properties were available in Florida should I decide to move there someday, but this was something she set up. I neither requested it nor confirmed that I had any interest in buying a home in Florida. Okay, then why did you sign a lease agreement for 5 years? 5. It's in the documents. I have copies of it. Go to the website, pull it up. You will see what I'm talking about. You can't make this stuff up. This is real. They are real documents. Priscilla's signature is on there. You can't miss it. So I guess the question would be, I'm sorry, I've got something, it's getting in my eye. I guess my question would be, if you had no intentions, of course, then why did you sign the lease? And are you saying you didn't sign the lease? It doesn't make sense, does it? Does it to y'all? Write down in the comments below what you think about all this. Okay, her last point here is I never asked Miss Cruz to move a substantial portion of my personal property to Florida. I did have some personal property in storage in Los Angeles that I did not want to throw away, but it was Miss Cruz who advised me to store such property at her home in Florida, as she claimed it would be cheaper than continuing to pay fees on a storage unit in California. She made it seem like this was very urgent, so I granted her request and allowed her representative to collect and store some of my personal belongings at Miss Cruz's house in Florida. To be clear, this had nothing to do with any purported plan for me to move to Florida, which plan is completely fabricated. So, is she saying that the house she leased was for Bridget? And because she keeps referring to it as Bridget's house. Well, if it was Bridget's house, why would Priscilla sign a lease on it? You see, I'm not following the logic here, not at all. And if I'm missing something, feel free to tell me about it or how you see it, because I would love to hear. We'll continue some more of this a little later as things develop. We'll continue to talk about it. But in closing, I would like to say this, that Priscilla's arguments and denials seem to always follow a pattern. They're always, oh, I didn't know, or oh, I didn't know about that. She plays the victim card, and she plays it very well. She did it in Lisa's divorce. She did it on the suit against Riley on the trust documents. You know, but bottom line is, this suit is suing her for money. Normally, Priscilla is the one who is doing the suing, but not in this case. Priscilla usually sues for additional money, for things that she wants that can bring her money. The suit against Riley was because of the trust documents, that it was taking her off, and that was losing a substantial amount of money in her pocket. There's a pattern, and I see it. And I'm just saying that be aware, look around. If you just start following the trail, you can see what she's all about. I hope y'all have enjoyed this segment of Presley Mania. This is for entertainment purposes only, and I am trying to just present facts to you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will tune in again next week, and thank you again for all the views on the last one. I appreciate it more than you can ever know. And if you have not done so, please like and subscribe to my channel, and if you hit the bell, if you click on that, it will notify you of each and every time that I have a video, so you don't miss any. Thanks so much again, guys, and remember, you only get one shot at this life. Live every day to the fullest, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. See you all soon. Bye, everyone.